goodness.
You know what? Good morning.
Happy new day. Happy everything. Today is going to be a fantastic day. It already is. It's one of those weekends where we're celebrating. It just really makes me remember a very powerful quote by Jennifer Fujita. Some people will say Fujita. It just says, "For every dream that has taken flight, there's a mother who believed." Isn't that so touching? Like, I just cannot believe we are celebrating this weekend phenomenal, phenomenal women out there who are called moms. Some people call them super moms. Some people call them superheroes. So definitely wanted to take the time to celebrate our moms who are here with us, who have done everything and sacrificed so much for us in our lives. Haven't they?
Love you, mommy. I don't call you every day, but I love you, mommy.
But that is what the definition of unconditional love is. It has many definitions, right? But at the end of the day, what really stands the test of time is love, and that they're always there for us. So, to my mommy, te mando unos besitos, las quiero, lo quiero a todos, and thank you for everything you've done for me, mommy. But anyhow, so let's go ahead and start this wonderful show.
Yes, please. Okay, so what a breather we had today. Let's go.
Welcome to the Influencers Connection Corner.
Hey, and dance, and dance, and dance. See, it's like, yes, we're going to dance and a little more. It is Saturday, yay, after all, right? So we have to and you just enjoy and embrace the festivities that are going on. But today I'm so, so, so excited that we have such a phenomenal guest, such a stellar guest. And you know how I am. I am such a sports girl. So today I am rocking my what? My Rockets
Oh, wait,
merch.
wait, wait. I'm sorry.
I am
Go
such
Rockets.
a sports gal. And if you know me really well, you'll know that it is exactly what I love. I love sports. Growing up, I've always wanted to be involved. And, Houston has been such an amazing home for me when it comes to sports as well. Having an Aggie background, kind of helped that too. It kind of fueled that sports loving desire. Like, I just love it, just the community aspect of it, how engaging it is, how it brings people together. They do say food, music, and sports bring people together, correct?
Yes, 100%. I mean, come on. Look, food and music and sports just make the world go around, right?
And it brings so much comfort. That is just
Yes.
the one aspect that I love because it's so warm. It's a community thing. And, speaking of comfort, that's one thing that I definitely love. What are we talking about? So,
Sh-
shall we?
Yes. Should we shout out our sponsor, official sponsor for today's episode?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Whoa.
Yay!
Why is my face up there like that?
Because
What?
you're gorgeous, because you're beautiful. Well, shout out Tausi. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being the episode sponsor of this episode. Shout out to you, Janice Shokran, for all the love, all the support, and the amazing things you are doing out there in the world to provide comfort to all of us. You see, as Sia is demonstrating, right,
So, what
Sia?
is Tausi? Raquel?
Oh my goodness. So Tausi is this goodness, this cloud that helps you rest and sleep. I call it the cloud. This is what I call it. But yes, as you see, it comes in multiple colors, different colors. And it's a pillowcase. So it molds to you. It provides support for your neck, for your back. I know I suffer a lot from that after my accident. And, it really helps you, especially when you're sitting in front of that computer like Sia does every day, 24 hours a day. She's always there producing, editing, and so it really does help with your posture when you're traveling. And so Janice has so many wonderful things coming up in designs. Yes, you see, Sia is demonstrating for me.
I couldn't resist. No, actually, so yeah, it is a pillowcase, guys. So you can
Mhm.
actually put your own personal pillow back there or not use one. So I don't use one here because I've got my office desk, but I like to use my Towsie as a lumbar support. But it works so well if you're like lounging on your chair on the beach in your backyard. It's really great for your neck support, and of
Mhm.
course for those that are traveling, the road warriors. So I am actually going to be in Chicago all week long, and you know darned well I'm bringing my Towsie because we all know how fun travel is these days. So definitely check it out, you guys, because you know why? It's great as a Mother's Day gift. If you
Yes.
haven't done anything for your mother, if you haven't done anything for your mother, shout out to Tausi for that. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, we're going to throw up a QR code because there's actually a discount, right? We have a
there
code that
is.
will discount it. And so thank you, Chelsea, for providing this, especially for our show, specifically for our show. So the discount code is Rockets. So
Woo!
woohoo!
Go Tausi Rockets, we have to applaud.
So please scan that QR code and just give yourself the gift of comfort and give your mom one too, okay? Because she does so
Yeah.
much for you.
And
Oh my goodness.
I
Mhm.
do want to say it's 25% off. This is the biggest discount I've ever seen Tausi offer. So
Yes.
Janice, the founder, is not messing around. We truly believe that you should give the gift of comfort so your mom can relax. And you, if you're the mom, you can relax. And or if you're just like
Hmm.
me who just need to relax, buy it for yourself. Buy it for your cousin. Do it, I say. Okay,
Yes.
that's our poor Janice is like, oh my God, please do not pitch me ever again.
No, seriously, no. But this is the authentic, organic, and just this is what we do. This is how we do it here, and we support individuals who are from the heart, who lead with kindness, lead with love, and so yeah, Tausi is definitely one of those brands, and we will forever rep it, as I say. But anyways, talking about rockets, right? Oh my
Oh, wait,
goodness.
wait. Oh, I'm really slow at the draw. Oh, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be hard for me today.
It's gonna be okay. Did you have your coffee, Sia, or do we need to
Not
get that
really.
going? Well, it has definitely been quite an eventful morning, but I am so excited, like I said, because the guest today is just a phenomenal, not only woman, fellow Aggie, fellow Houstonian, just a trendsetter. And I mean, the list goes on and on. I'm so honored to present to you for the first time, someone from the Rockets industry, or not industry organization, but someone who really lives and breathes uh, that love for community through sports. So please welcome to the stage Dolores Townley. I'm over here like I'm speaking with my hands. Dolores,
Dolores.
welcome, welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We are delighted for you to be here. Thank you so much for just bringing all the information, the expertise, and all the love that you have, that you've given through all these years as you've been part of the Houston Rockets organization. But not only that, aside that, you are just a stellar human being. Stellar
Oh.
mom. We got to see a little backstage glimpse of kiddos, and I love that because at the end of the day, that is what makes us, motherhood is that essence of us. So please tell the audience a little bit about you, and then we'll start.
Oh, little about me. Let's see. Like you
Yeah.
guessed, I actually just celebrated my wedding anniversary. I spent some time in Galveston with my husband just this past few days. And we have two great kids that here at home and attending school. And
Mhm.
while they are doing that, then I of course work full time at the Rockets. And I've
Oh
been there
my
for
goodness.
3 full seasons now.
Wow, wow. And this is one of the things, that's how we met. So I will tell the audience a little bit about how you and I met. We met through a networking group, Cup of Joey, pretty much.
Mhm.
And Cup of Joey is, like I said, is here in Houston. And shout out to you, Joey Sanchez. Shout out to my brother Adrian Leal. Thank you so much for spearheading that effort. So what we do is, we come together, network here in Houston, and grow, right? We professionally grow, we refer, and we just get to know one another on authentic levels. And so that's how I met you, and in the fact that the next activities that we did was going to for Hispanic Heritage Month back in October. The celebration of that is going to a Rockets game together and being able to just be on that court. And obviously, you made that happen. I have never experienced anything like that, Dolores. And I'm going to tell you, I walked away like, I was like, oh my God, like, I cannot believe I just like stood in that tunnel line and high five the players, like, some of those Houston Rockets players. So tell me the experience for you. How is it to be able to provide that experience to a family, to kids?
It is so exciting. I mean, that is part of the job that I love the most, is to be able to give that experience to people who may not have ever experienced it before and may not ever again, because that's just a level of excitement. And so I guess to me, it feels selfish because I like the way it makes me feel.
Hmm.
I like to see that they're shining in their eyes, and then some of them will come to tears, and just that it's something that I can't give any other way except they're on the court. So it's just really a very fun job to be able to give that to those who deserve. So
Yeah,
it's
and
exciting.
I love that you mentioned, the joy, and I call it. It's not selfish. I don't think it's a selfish thing. It's self-love in that sense that you love to provide joy to others who would definitely want to be there. And obviously, this is an experience that it will be imprinted forever. It's imprinted in my mind. I'm just like,
Right.
I'm 5'2", staring at these 7 foot guys, and I'm like, oh my God, like they are professionals in what they do. But at the end of the day, it's like that inner kid. You feed that inner kid the dreams of just meeting one of your heroes, whether in sports or in any industry. So I love the fact that you're able to bottle this up and give it to people and say, hey, this is an experience that you'll walk away, and I'm so happy to do it for you. So you are definitely a giver, but you've always been like that, right?
Yes, I have always been that way.
And can you
Mhm.
tell us back in, how did you get into sales though? Because prior to you being with the Houston Rockets, you were also in sales.
I was, but to be honest, I had a hard time admitting that I was a salesperson. I always considered myself more of customer service, because to me, I mean, what I did for you was more of a customer service. There was a need, and I provided it, and I made the match and put the puzzle together, and everybody was happy. But it
Mhm.
because salespeople aren't always viewed in as a positive, light. That's just in my head. So I think I've always been in sales. It was just hard for me to admit it. Just where I was.
Yeah, I mean, definitely nobody wants to be felt like they're being sold to,
Right.
right? They
Right.
want to be able to, and I know this is something that Sia really talks about and preaches,
Hmm.
people will do business with people they know, like, and trust,
Right.
period. And
Hmm.
so if they feel that they're not on that level with you, then the transaction will not happen. And besides, also not leading with that transaction helps the opportunity
Right.
for that connection to actually, get nurtured. I mean, I know Sia talks about this all the time.
That
Look,
probably helped me go into sales because I wasn't trying, like when I go networking there at Cup of Joey, I'm not selling to anybody. That's
Mm.
not why I'm there. I'm there to make a connection and to meet new people. I love meeting new people, and it just sometimes it will transactionally become a sales, but that's not my goal. So,
Mhm.
that's the key part right there because
mhm.
I think one thing that people forget, especially in real life, and let's be honest, on LinkedIn, you
Mhm.
got to get to know someone first, right?
Right.
It's like going
Mhm.
to anything. Like, you're not going to walk up to someone at church, okay, and be like, "Hey, what's your name?" And not even bother what's your name. It's slip them a business card, not even
Right.
ask them how, if they
Mhm.
like today's sermon or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where it gets a little funky, but you have to just remind people of that,
Mhm.
build
Mm.
relationships. The business will come. I
Right.
promise you, business will come. And if
Yeah.
they're urgent, they will tell you they're urgent, right?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. And to, like I said, that is, to me, that's very important as well. But I know you speak of being as a salesperson is like on a negative light, but you didn't approach it from that stance. Is you
Right.
really connected, and the value of connection for you was important. So is there a moment specifically that really pivoted for you and you said, you know what, maybe I need to redefine how I look at sales, how I approach it, and just infuse the value of connecting?
I think it was maybe about 10 years ago or so. I used to do interactive photography and worldwide, along the whole USA.
Hmm.
I remember being out at an event, a big, huge event out in Phoenix, and just being out at a networking event in the evening. It was more of a cocktail event. I made one of my biggest contacts there, not on purpose. It was just, me being out and socializing. And I realized that I was good at that, and it was everything came to fruition because of that. And I just had to make myself realize that's how I'm going to be a salesperson, and that's how I'm going to make it be successful in it. So I had to own the fact that I was in sales in my emotions, in my mental state, so that I could succeed.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
I mean, I love that because there's so much wisdom in what you just said, uh, because it speaks to, like I said, at the end of the day, who you are as a core
Mhm.
individual, and what you bring, what you can give. I know a lot of people are like, okay, what can I take from away from people? But you are, what can I pour into you? So I really appreciate that. Now, talking about pouring though, so you're doing this for people, but have there been individuals who've poured into your life and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not sure, your mom, what would you say about that?
You mean my outside influences like that?
Yes, yes.
I have a lot who did that, and they lead me either whether they did it intentionally or unintentionally, but there were definitely a lot, along the way who helped me and to guide me to feel more comfortable with myself and to be able to go out there and to make those connections and be more confident about what I'm having to offer them, whether it's making a connection with someone else or just giving them advice or, providing a service to them. So I definitely had a lot of lead into that, especially in the sports world where I'm not very savvy about sports. Shh, don't tell everybody that.
No, no.
But I had to be
Mhm.
able to know what I am good at, so that can bypass the fact that I don't know what stats are.
Oh my
Look,
gosh. So I'm glad you mentioned that because I know Sia was like, yes. Go ahead, Sia.
I have some thoughts on that. Look, sales is about finding the value and solving a problem for your clients,
Right.
right?
Right.
Sales is not being the genius behind it. So, my background's in tech sales. Ain't no way I was solving my clients' technical problems. In fact, I would often tell them, if I can solve your problems technically, you have bigger issues. Okay. We here in sales are to solve business problems and help make the lives easier of our clients. That's it. Now, if you happen to be a fan of the sport, of course it's going to help and bolster, right? But that it doesn't mean it negates you. And so this is my shout out to women in general, because I know this is a problem for us. You don't
Mhm.
have to tick off every single box of like, oh, I'm not a GUI, I'm not an AI expert. I'm not, no. If you're in sales, you're in sales. You can sell a pencil, you can sell anything. Trust me. You might have to learn some terms, but yes, 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 girl, I can't begin to tell you. And I've heard basketball is
Yeah.
a fun sport.
I hear
Hmm.
it's fun
Yeah.
too, but I always say the same thing about the knowledge. It's usually the same dance, different song. So I can go
Hmm.
and sell, something else. It would be, hair products, and not know anything about it, but it's the same song, different dance. That's how I see it.
Uh, I love it. No, and see, this is the part that I also enjoy and that I appreciate is the honesty and the transparency. You
Mhm.
are saying, "Hey, I love what I do. I love the organization, but I may not know what a layup is, or I may not know what the stat is, or that this and that, and that is okay. You have a talent in what you do. You lead with the heart, and your thing is community connectivity, and so you have to thrive in your own talent and like I said, you recognize where your talent is
Oh
and
yeah.
you're going to do that and dedicate yourself to that. And I just want to give a little quick shout out to, since it's Mother's Day, my daughter is in the comments and she's like, hi mom. Oh my gosh, she's just going haywire here. But I love you. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so for supporting mommy. But see, this is what it's about. It's about nurturing also that community sense and how they'll support you, how they'll uplift you. I always talk about that. I said, if you don't do something, if you're leading with transaction, that connection is not really going to happen. It's not. It's not. So, and I could say that this has been one of your successes in your career, in your industry, that you lead with passion, you lead with heart and with purpose. So that's pretty much, turned into connection for you. It's turned into
Mhm.
lifelong friends, friendships, not just clients, but friendships. So in you also serve as a mentor, correct, for for the youth?
I do that, and that's new for me as well. I think I just had to maybe mentally again connect with myself and remind myself
Mm-hmm.
that I am seasoned and older. When you're working in sports, a lot of my colleagues are younger. They are in their 20s. They're young.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to recognize in myself that I can give back, and I'm happy to do so. I've actually changed my title in my LinkedIn to be, I saw it on someone else's, and I just put on there approachable, because I want people to come and ask me questions, and not that I have all the answers, but I'm happy to maybe answer some questions they have and guide them in a different direction or help them in some way, because I've had that given to me as well. So I'm really happy to give back.
I love that. And this is another thing that really drew me to you because like I said, your spirit of giving and helping all ages, however they come from whatever industry, but it's just one of the aspects that I embrace mostly of you. And I believe a lot in vibes. So, just vibrations, energy, and so I believe a lot in that, and I was immediately drawn to you when we met. And this is the reason why, because we both love the aspect of community and how we can help impact using our talents. And I think that's a key word, impact. In the
Yes.
future, what do you envision for us, specifically women, right? We're talking about mothers this weekend. For moms, like what is your hope as a professional woman, as a Latina? What is your hope and you envision for women in the near future?
Well, my hope for them is like, let me show you what I experience here, working at the Rockets. There are my sales floor, for example, there's probably about 35 people on that sales floor. Probably about half of them are women, but I've noticed, but only three of us are mothers. Um, that's it, because it's not easy. I have seen some who are there who had little kids, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, good for you. I know that's got to be challenging. And then they last a couple of months because it is very challenging, to be able to do both, especially when they're little.
Yeah.
They get that attention that they need, and yes, they may have other help, but still you feel it in your heart like I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can replace you. So I don't know how that can change, but I would hope that that can be better so that they can feel that they can be both places and still be able to succeed and not have to make a shift in their whole career for that. I don't know the answer to that. To me, it was I had to wait until my kids got older before I got into sports, because I knew it was going to be the hours and the time commitment to it that I wasn't used to. They weren't
Mm-hmm.
used to.
And see, and these are challenges that we face as professional women. We face these on a daily basis. It's like you have to decide, okay, am I going to sacrifice my home life or being there for my children over the career or the long hours at work? This is one of those things that we go in really battle. I battle every single day. So that's why I was like, okay, remote is the solution for us to continue, giving back to the community and doing what we need to do, professionally speaking, but also being there present for our kids. So for me, that is very important. And do you believe some organizations definitely open themselves to allow and embrace mothers, right, of young children or any type of age, to they have an inclusive environment in that sense?
That's true. Yes. We don't we don't have like any type of, um, I mean, there are some work from home, type
Hmm.
positions that can merit with that, but in sales, which we are, and attending, all of the home games, it's not very conducive. So
Yeah.
yes, your kids can go to the games with you, but it's just not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. But I guess again, we talk about the sacrifices that we do as moms and everything. And for us, and I'm gonna definitely bring this up because as Latinos, basketball is not really huge in our community. And so, what have you seen on the court? Have you seen like our Latinos show up? Because that is one of my main things. I'm like, the Latinos, we're more like soccer, let's go, But basketball, it's not our main sport that we watch, but in the last few decades, it has grown, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's grown in every ethnicity. I'd like to see
Mhm.
the different variations. I've never seen it so diverse as it is in basketball. I used to work in baseball, and it wasn't as diverse as this is here. So I don't see a large amount of them, but I do see them there, and I like to see them interact with others too. So it doesn't stand out to me as being one-sided at all. I like the way it is. So
Yeah, no, like I said, whenever I go to the games, I can see that,
yeah.
and I love it. I love the diversity. I love everything. Whenever everyone's coming together, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is a community. This is a sense of community. So in essence, you're really not just paying for a ticket. You're paying for an experience. You're paying for belonging to feel like you belong to that community. So that to me, it's very important. Taking my kids, I know my oldest daughter, when she was in dance team, we had the opportunity she had the opportunity to be on the court. I mean, it was just so amazing, the experience, just the feelings, the emotions, the inspiration that she got from that. It was very inspirational to me, and I'm like, wow, they can actually give us this type of experience. So is there a specific moment, and I think I wanted to ask you this, is there a specific moment that has been imprinted in your head, like on court, like you met someone or you experienced something, if you can share with us?
Not necessarily a specific moment because I have a lot of those, many of those, which was fun. Every one of it's exciting. But some of my favorite games are the ones where I am so busy and I have so much going on and I execute it and it comes out successfully. That is my actually favorite time. I can have 200 people coming in for a pregame shoot around viewing, which means that they're in early before the game even starts. And then I have 50 people singing the national anthem and
Oh
10
my
people
God.
doing the color guard. And then I have a pregame performance with 50. And then I have another 75 doing a halftime performance and then 200 doing a post game free throws. This is all the same day, all within 4 hours. When I have all of this going on, I have my colleagues in my department who help us make all of this come to fruition. And I love when that feeling all comes together and it's a success. And that is exciting to me. The build up to all of it, the planning, the executing, because I am very organized, and to making it come together is very exciting to me. I love to see that happen.
Oh my God. Just you describing that day or those 4.5 hours just kind of gave me a headache. And I was like, how, what? Oh my goodness. Sia is so great at just making sure that all that chaos is controlled, and she presents it in a great way. So I'm sure you guys speak the same language in that aspect. But Sia, I mean, what did you think? 75 people, 50 people singing the national anthem, 75 doing this.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
exciting.
look, not my jam, not my jam. Look, like I think if you live in chaos, and I think because I had 6.5 years working for Disney, like I understand what chaos can mean and be. And we did, I saw all the event planners. I just waited tables. I was a kid in college at that point in time, but just being part of it, understanding and seeing all the organizers running around with their heads cut off. And then, of course, as we've all progressed in of our careers, and then me putting on events myself, this ain't fun. It ain't easy.
Mm.
And I don't think people fully understand how hard, how much work goes into giving a good experience.
Mhm.
So shout out to my Something There crew. So that'd be Janice. I see Kathleen. I see Christina and Cindy Harden Weiss, AEC Adaptive Equipment Corner. Love you guys. Um, so it here's the
Mhm.
thing. We as consumers, when we go and experience something, we walk into the Houston's, and by the way, I failed miserably. When we go to Houston Rockets like game, for example, yeah, the stadium speaks for itself. The energy the people move around speaks for itself. But when you are in a specific type of environment, if you're in the suite or if there's like a VIP event or something, now you're taking what that already great environment and you're amping it up extra. And all those details are the ones that matters. It's not the big things, it's not the grandiose things. It's those minor details, and it's listening to the people that you are catering to. And girl, I
Yeah.
got to tell you, like, I have nothing but profound respect for you, Dolores, because there are people who are just not kind, right?
Yeah, right.
And
Oh, yeah.
especially on the day of, it's almost
Right.
like Bridezilla, but corporate level Bridezilla, which is like, oh my gosh, the worst kind, I think. I don't know. Do you find yourself being more of like a on the day of? Because the pre-planning is one thing, but the day of, do you find yourself just being a like cat herder, or are you guys at the Houston Rockets already pretty much an well-oiled machine.
Oh, no, no. We're cat herders. Yes, for sure. That happens. And I do find myself being a little bossy, and I have to remind myself I need to be bossy but have fun. And because they're here to have fun and to experience. So there's a lot of you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't have this, but oh my God, this is so exciting. I just have to remind myself and them that there are rules and policies we have to follow, and we have to be strict with timelines because we can't make adjustments. If you're 5 minutes late, then you're going to miss the whole experience because we're not going to, hold up the game because you're late. I hate to be that person, but it has to be an enjoyable experience for the people who were on time and who are there. So, yes,
Oh,
it is some cat herding, but it's still fun.
okay, so on that note, mothers, we know damn well what it feels like to be cat herders. I can say we don't. I don't, but I see it. I can vibe with you. I hear my sister kvetching, let me tell you. So, do you think it from a real world perspective as being a mother, right? As being someone that has had to herd cats, do you see it applying to your job? And do you
Yes,
think that's a boon to help you do your job more effectively?
yes. I
Mm.
find it, the three mothers on our floor, we're very good at what we do because we're used to being that person, and just reminding them and gently reminding them and congratulating them and thank you. So it feels great. I definitely think it helps.
That's
Raquel, what about
sweet.
you?
Oh my goodness. I definitely do think that it a lot of the components that we go as a single mom, as you know, I'm a single mom, but I have a community, I have my family who definitely helps, but there are definitely components that we apply as for motherhood that definitely contribute to our professional life and how we juggle it. And so, yeah, is it easy? Oh no, it is not easy. But somebody has to do it, right? If we don't do it, then no one is really going to be there to step up. And so, I wouldn't say it's bossy. I would like to reframe that, since
I
we
was
do
just
like
gonna
to
say
reframe.
about that. Mhm. No, it's making SHIT happen. Like, it's
Mm,
gotta get done.
mm,
You know what I mean?
mm,
Like, look, okay, we can be like, what do you call it? Don't worry, I'm not going into a rant. I just wanna say this. You could have unicorns and, like, rainbows, okay, during an event, that's great, but when things need to be moved at exact precise time, it's not unicorns and rainbows moment. It is military precision. And I think people need to understand that, you guys. It is
Yes,
military precision. You don't hear drill sergeants going, excuse me, pardon me. Could you step forward 4 more feet, please? You don't hear that,
right.
right? So nothing but profound respect. And you're right. It's not bossing. It's executing.
Thank you. Okay, you're right.
that's what I
You're
was going to say. Yes, it's execution, and
I'm an executioner.
yes, yes, and you have to be empowered of that, because we have to do that at certain times. Yes, you have a title. Sometimes the titles don't really define the actual extent of things that you do, or the tasks that you do. And I always say that, with mom, mom, the title, right? Yes, it's not just you birthing children and nurturing them. No, it entails so much more. You're a nurse, the doctor, the lawyer, the everything, the repairman. So that's the way I view where whenever we're in a professional setting, right? Yes, you may not just be a sales executive, like you are so many other people's hats and more. Whatever it takes to corral everything and everyone in order to make it happen and execute. There you go. That was my little
I
Raquel
like it.
rant.
I was gonna say, is that a Raquel rant? Because I'm gonna have to do a hold on. Okay, sorry.
Oh my
The
gosh. Oh
coffee's kicking
Lord.
in, kids.
Yes. Oh, it's kicking in now. Oh, okay, good, good, good. But see, this is what it's about though. It's just being able to create these safe spaces. And I talk a lot about this because sometimes as moms, we really, or just women in general, we really don't have safe spaces where we can discuss our challenges or whatever things we may face during the day, right? Do you have this space that you've created, or are you just like on your own pretty much, Dolores?
For creating a space to be a mom.
Or just a safe space for women in general, right? In the industry or just in the professional, just in your career.
Well, I mean, I create that, I guess, just in my colleagues. I have a very close base at at my office, that I can work with them and we can bounce ideas off of each other, and we both, me and my colleague Liz, both kind of mom the department and mom some of the floor and things like that. And then of course at home I'm a twin, so I have my twin sister who thinks just like me, who is me just in a different body over there, and I have my mom, to always help and guide. So
Mhm. Yes, I'm so glad you brought up your twin. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So I know I unfortunately didn't make it to this one, but on New Year's Day, y'all had a twin day at the Rockets. Like it was a thing, and like, oh my God, that was so amazing.
that was really fun. It was like I felt like we've been working towards that our entire life and didn't even know it, but it was actually very fun. So I made her
Are
So,
you
dress like me, which is not easy. I mean, it's not hard. We always end up dressing alike when we're together. I
are you
gave her.
identical? Oh, that's even super cooler. Oh, okay. Okay, you know the next question. You know what I'm going to ask.
uh-oh.
Sure, go ahead.
Did you guys swap classes? Did you ever try to fool your teachers?
Yes.
Mm.
So my favorite one is in high school. I took the driver's ed class in the morning and I did well. I passed it and she didn't study for it. So I went in the afternoon and took it again for her and then I passed it for her there. So that was, we never
Wait,
got caught.
I'm sorry, that was for the driving test?
Yes, the
Oh
written
my
part.
God.
The written
Honey,
part.
honey, of all the tests to cheat, why the one where it could like kill me?
She didn't pass the driven test. I couldn't do that for her. So
Oh my goodness. You're like, I can only save her in one, but not two. So, oh my God, it seems like we have twins in the audience as well. That's awesome.
oh,
Like that is so cool. And to me, just being able, like I've always wanted twins, but now that I have two, I'm like, I am done. Like no more kids. But this just infatuation with twins and the psychology of it and the just it's
oh.
a beautiful thing. Yes.
So since you brought up psychology and you're fascinated, so I am actually in the midst of writing a book. I'm not very far on it, but I am writing a book, because my sister and I actually have recurring dreams. And not only are they recurring, we're the same recurring. We're in each other's dreams. And we can both recite those same dreams that we're in, um, which is very exciting to me. It's enthralling. So I am writing a book about those dreams that we have. We say we have about five because we think there's more. And then how other twins have the same experiences. I'm having a hard time finding other twins who have those same experiences and the psychology behind them.
I had heard about that and I thought it was a little woo woo, a little
It is
tinfoil
woo-woo.
hatty, but you guys really
Wow.
so that tells me like there's so much more connections like than we realize
Mhm.
outside of this plane of existence. So
Yes.
Mhm.
wow, that's
And
crazy.
she was telling me this is how we learned about it. She was just telling me we were on the phone one day and she says, "Let me tell you about this recurring dream that I've been having." I said, "Okay, go ahead." She told me all about it. This I'm not going to tell you because it's all of it's in the book, about what we call the house. We've named our dreams with the house and her interest in it and where she's at and what she's doing. She goes, "Oh, and you're there too." And then we're just talking and I said, "Stop." And she says, "What?" I said, "I can finish that dream for you." She goes, "No, you can't." I said, "Yes, I can." And so I tell her how it ends and that I'm on the left when she's on the right. And then in her dream, she's on the left and I'm on the right. And it's the exact same. I can describe it exactly like she sees it. And then we just started doing dream checks to make sure, oh, well, let me talk to you about this dream and that dream and this dream. So they're
Oh
there.
my. That is fascinating. I think
They're
that
there.
is the word. It's definitely one of those things that it's curiosity, right? For those of us who like to dive into the psychology of twins.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that is so cool. But congratulations on your book that you're working on. As you know, I'm also writing a book, so I understand the journey. But as mommies, it might take a little longer than
Yes.
expected. And it's perfectly okay though, because everything's going to happen when it's supposed to.
Right.
Everything is going to fall into place. So, Stephen Eng, shout out to you, my brother, mi hermano, un besito. He is an amazing
Mhm.
individual who has just so much knowledge in books. Uh, right? See, I mean, he just does so many beautiful things with authors and highlights people.
Well,
He's out
yeah.
in New York. So,
He's out of New York, and he's a librarian. I think your official title, sir, is librarian page, but he's in the library industry. And so on LinkedIn, he gives a lot of great advice for authors to navigate the intricate world of book publishing. And
Oh,
obviously,
wow.
since he works at a library, he kind of can give some insights for those that are trying to get into the library system and all that good stuff. So, yes, shout out Stephen Ang, my friend, who, by the way, if I may, texted me last night, literally. He made a Thai dish that I can't make, and he like took a picture and sent it to me, and I'm like, oh, he can out Thai cook me. Good job.
oh
Thanks,
my
buddy.
God. That is so fun. But no, I mean, I love it. See, we're definitely going to introduce you to Steven
Please
after
do.
the show. Yes, because he's
Mhm.
such an amazing soul. And like CS mentions, he has just so many books that he sees on a daily basis and authors and just their experiences and their stories. I just think it's amazing. And this is what it's about, right? Connecting with one
Yes.
another, growing, enlightening one another, just being a support for one another. It's just
Mhm.
it's one of the most rewarding aspects that I've ever since joining LinkedIn. It's been at the forefront for me. So talking about LinkedIn, shout out to you guys. How have you used LinkedIn,
Mm,
to kind of help in your industry?
Well, for me, I try not to be very salesy again on it. I just like to kind of give information, maybe about the team, about the win, about what's available, but not direct selling. So it's just, to me, it's just more about making contacts. I can tell you, I have a contact on there is a Johan from the Netherlands. He's a grill master from the Netherlands, and that was a very exciting contact to me. And he reached out and said, "Hey, me and my catering team, they're a barbecue catering company, we're coming into Houston to learn from the best of the best." And he says, "We want to come to a game, but can you also help me find a connection? We want to do a little workshopping with somebody in barbecue. Can you help us with that?" That's not my role, but of course I did it. I was so excited to help him do that. And I made some contacts. I connected him with Janusz from Demers Catering. And that was probably the highlight of his whole trip. He was so excited about that, to bring him and Tim to connect with another barbecue catering company here in Houston to make that connection. And then, by the way, they came to a game. So that's just an example of something that I use, that just to make those connections and connect the puzzle pieces together to bring something to fruition. And that's what I use it for.
Yeah, no, I mean, go ahead, Sia. Say something.
no, I love that because you're leveraging LinkedIn in a way where it is, again, you may not have had the direct benefit, if you will, but I think you knew in the grander picture for the Houston Rockets. Yes, it never gets old for me. But I think you understood, right? Like if this gentleman from the Netherlands, it's international, right? And who doesn't want to spread their brand globally?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking for something that you actually had a network connection to say,
Yes.
actually, I can throw you a bone. I don't know where it's
Mhm.
going to go, but here you go. And I guarantee you that guy has just told all his friends out in the Netherlands to root for all the Houston Rockets teams,
Right.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I
Right.
think that is where people don't understand, just because a primary relationship may not be a perfect fit, you just acknowledging their existence can go so much
Mm-hmm.
further, such that now their secondary and tertiary relationships are going to get to know you because they're going to be your biggest cheerleaders. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
do you find that's how it's working out for you, Dolores?
I think it is. And a lot of them, the referrals too, just to be resourceful. That is
Mm-hmm.
so helpful. I don't know the right people, but I can get you to the right people. And my contacts will always remember that, always. And that's what I want to ingrain that in. I want to be the go-to when you're ready to make that move, to the Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yay! See,
I
she
don't have
did
to
it.
sound
She
flipped.
did it.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I was reading comments. Slacker.
She's falling
No,
behind.
yeah, I know, right? No, no, no. She's focused. She's like, all right, the audience. But no, you are absolutely right. And like I said, to me, that is one of the most important things, is just being the connector, and it comes naturally. It really does. Seeing you in action, pretty much, Dolores. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, we vibe. But talking about connecting, like I just wanted to show you guys. Like I actually have earrings, like for the Rockets earrings. I just literally got
It
them.
arrived? That is
Yes,
hilarious.
it
Okay,
arrived.
Can we please explain for 2 seconds why this matters, you guys?
Oh my God. I mean, for me, like I said, it's important because they just literally got here
Exactly.
as we went live on the show, and I was like, they're not gonna make it on time, but they made it. So luckily I got it. But yes, this is just just supporting the community, like just a way to show you my love, to show you how I care and how I am invested in that aspect of community. So for me, this is important to be able to contribute back, even if it's a piece of earrings. But I'm gonna be wearing this proudly everywhere I go and sporting them because I believe in the spirit. I believe in what the essence of the team, what it stands for, and what it made me feel. Those moments that I walked away with and that will be with me forever. That is what is encased in this. So that's why it's important.
And I'm
I
shocked
love it.
that your dog didn't bark at the delivery. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I have him. Yeah, he's
He's
somewhere
he's
else.
he's in another
He's somewhere
sequestered in a
else.
room.
He's somewhere else. I have a dog, y'all. Nothing can, not even a fly or a bug can land on the door. And he's like, rah, rah, rah. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, Coco, we're not doing that today. So, but yeah, this is why it's important because to me, I proudly wear and display what, not just to say, oh, the merch, right? No, it's the essence of the impact they've created in my life. And so, some people are just because I'm Salvadoran and we usually love soccer a lot, but I love all sports. And to me, that is what connects me to so many different industries and people. And that's why connection is important. And that's why I vibe with people who are connectors as well. But talking about merch and talking about finding, where can I find things here and there? Dolores, where can we find you if people want to get connected to you and just get to know you or learn more about you?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn all the time. That's my go-to social
Hmm.
media page, so I have it open constantly.
Hmm.
So you can always find me on LinkedIn. I'm not hidden at all. You can find me. I have a cell phone number listed. I have an email listed. I'm very searchable. Make sure of that.
She said, "You can find me." That's what she said. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
my husband once said, he goes, your cell phone number is on Google. I said, good. I don't ever want to
Yes.
go into hiding.
No, and that is one of the things that did strike me from you, that I was like, you actually have your cell phone listed, and you're like, yeah, because I want to be available to people who really want to, experience the type of experiences that I can bring in friendships and relationships and community and business, whatever it is. And I love that. I love that approach because it's very wholesome and it's you, it's authentic, it's organic. So we don't do fake around here, people. Okay.
Nope, and I'm not hiding. There are a lot of times that people will call me on a game day on my cell phone because they need something. They can't
Hmm.
get through the right door, their ticket's not showing up, they need help with this or that. And if I didn't have that on there, then they would leave, start the experience feeling frustrated and without being able to get a hold of me. And I don't want that. I mean, at all. I need to be able to fix something. There was a problem, and to get them onto the right door. So.
Now, just to be a little bit more in detail, what kind of experiences are you able to cater, customize, or or are you like magic woman? Poof, you make things happen.
What you need.
Hey.
So
Music to
we
my
can do.
ears. I just heard that. What you need?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we have like ballroom space within the arena that we can have available to you guys before a game happens based on availability. We have
Hmm.
bar areas that we can do the same thing too. And then of course, based on what I mentioned earlier, I booked the experiences like the pregame shoot around, the tunnels that we've done, the
Yeah.
performances like the national anthem, the halftime performance, the um, color guard. And then we also have an opportunity, what we call Court of Dreams, to have
Ooh.
some teams play on our court, the actual Rockets court, like middle of the day before a Rockets game happens. So,
Oh my goodness. That is, I see, that to me would be enthralling. That's like, okay, I'm 5'2". Yeah, I didn't play basketball. Okay, I'm too short. I was too short, but I was good at the 3-point shooting. I will say that.
really,
So yes, I don't know what it is, but the whole running up and down the court was not for me. And then I would just get stomped by everyone. But shooting from the 3-point line, oh yeah, I'm your girl. So, but that would be pretty cool. Like that to me would be a whole immersive experience, and
it
I hope,
is.
and then I hope that people will definitely start. thinking about those type of experiences for their
Mhm.
kids because it is immersive. Now that everything is so virtual and digital and this and that, now having the opportunity to be in front on the court and being there, I mean, I cannot imagine. Like I cannot imagine. Yes,
It's
yeah, I
very
know.
exciting. It's very exciting, especially when they're little kids. They are so cute.
Mhm.
They don't make all the goals on the baskets, but they do make enough of them to get points up on the scoreboard. It's just so exciting to see all of that happen. One
Oh,
of my
the
favorites.
the joy that it creates, and
Mhm.
I think that's how we started the conversation. You mentioned the joy that you help and bring other people, and I'm glad that that's kind of like the entire theme of this episode, because at
Mhm.
the end of the day, it is about what can we give back with what we have, with the talents that nature has given us, the universe has given us. How can we give back? And as moms, we always nurture, we always continue trying to create impact in those who are around us. So I know we're coming close to the show ending, but I don't want to leave you. Um, are there any parting words that you would like to say? Any golden nuggets? Any closing thoughts?
The one question that I normally will get asked out in public, just by strangers, anybody who finds out where I work, and they always say, I've always wanted to work at the Rockets, or always wanted to work in professional sports. And my follow-up question to that is, what have you done to get there? And a lot of the times their answer is nothing. So I always encourage, it's surprisingly, but I always encourage in whatever your dream is, just go for it. If you always want to work at the Rockets, apply for a job. That's step one, or go online and see what the qualifications are and work to get those qualifications to get there. So if you
Mhm.
have a dream, you better make those steps to get there, or it's not just going to drop in your lap, and it never will. You have to make your move.
And I love that, and see that's that go getter aspect, right? Because so many of us are caught by fear, or as Sia was saying, some of us, especially women, we
Mm-hmm.
if we don't check all those boxes in a particular um, position that we're wanting to apply for or look at, it's happened
Right,
to me. I just won't apply to it because
right.
I want to make sure that I fit all those boxes. But sometimes the experience will be gained while you're on the job or while you're going through an experience. So I'm glad that you said those words because, like I said, it really is taking that first step.
Yes,
It takes
yes.
courage and it's scary. But once you realize that you do have it in you to make that move, oh, child, they better stop you. No, ain't nobody gonna stop me. That's what I
Exactly.
say. Ain't nobody gonna stop me.
And then
Oh my,
don't stop. Once you get there, don't stop. Keep going.
yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Keep going.
well,
Yes.
it's like a train, right? So like once that train is
Mhm,
moving, it's moving. You already have the kinetic energy behind you that's going to push you
Mhm,
forward.
mhm.
So if you're going to stop, then you just step aside and understand that's what you're doing,
Right,
and it's a choice. So,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I love that. Like I said,
Mhm.
my gosh, God, the title of this was Hoops and Hearts. But like I said, I was trying to be like hoops. Okay, the hoops. I didn't get the hoops, but I got the earrings. And it's okay. The hoops earrings. If people get it, not just the basket. Okay, but it's because that's how we lead. We lead with heart. We lead as
Mhm.
moms. We are the nurturers. As moms, we are somebody's hero in their story. And this is how I portray and I see it. And even those who are not moms yet, biologically, right? They have nephews, they have nieces, they have other children or other people they take or look after, and that in itself, that nurturing essence, is what I define also as motherhood. So, having said that, like to me, this has been so just it's just been mesmerizing to look at sports industry and how they can give back to moms, how they can create safe spaces for us, and also give us the opportunity to continue growing as professionals, as women, as just human beings, and how they can create the essence of community. That's why I'm so gun-ho about sports, especially here locally in Houston, because
Right.
I love sports. So, and being able to make sure and role model and show my girls, right? I have two girls, that they can get what they desire. They can achieve their dreams and goals and aspirations, not just necessarily be labeled, or society says, no, this is not what you can do. No, you can do so much more as long as you go out there and get it. It
Right.
execute, right? That's the word.
Yes. We're executors.
Don't be bossy. You're just going to go out there and execute. Oh my goodness. All right, well, guys. Well, I know that, like I said, we could go for hours and we drinking our little cafecito or a little coffee or tea, whatever you desire. But I know it's Saturday. We got things to do and mothers to celebrate. That
Okay.
is the way I put it. I know, Sia, you had something before we close.
Absolutely, we do. Shout out again to our sponsor for the episode. It is Tausi. Oh, wait, wait. Oh, wait, 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 wait.
Wait.
Tausi. And no, guys, definitely check it out. Promo code is Rockets. And we highly encourage everyone, please, 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 definitely scan this QR code. It's never 25% off. Tausi is a small business, and there's only so much margin we can give away. And because of Janice's faith, because of her excitement with this conversation, and of course, Houston Rockets, you guys have been very supportive in a lot of different
Thank you.
events. We want to say thank you to you and all your corporate clients who have been generous with their time. For example, to give back to the community, Latino, Hispanic, caregivers, first responders, military. I mean, we see so many of those types of celebrations. Twins. I mean, come on, guys. It's those little things that are so meaningful, though, right? For the twins of the world and the families with twins. I've got twins. Not me. My sister has twins, fraternal. It matters, right? Because it's such a unique path in our experiences. So for everyone that's looking at what I'm holding, this is a pill that you can readjust. You can put your laptop and whatever on it to adjust. And of course, the pillowcase itself, guys, scan that QR code. You have the discount with Houston Rockets. It will not last beyond Mother's Day. So you have until Sunday to get it done. Get her done. So please, 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 you guys celebrate Tausi. And by the way, I do want to do another little shout out for something there, crew. Kathleen Quinn, my apologies. Mobility Towel is her product that we are all collaborating with. And so I want to give a shout out to Mobility Towel and Kathleen Quinn. And of course, all of these products that we're talking about today have been AEC certified by Christina and Cindy Harden Weiss, who they have their own podcast.
Yes.
So On the Road with Ruby. So check that out, you guys, as well. So guys, a lot of great people here, great community, and great just humans. So that's my pitch for Tausi. Please scan.
It's not a pitch. You're doing the community a service. There we go. Just making them aware of what goodness is out there, what just beautiful things that people are putting out there, products with service, but it has that palpable sense of love, that nurturing comfort that we all desire. So shout out again to Tausi. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Like I said, it's just been so impactful because we marry and we just talk about so many aspects of community, and to me that's very important. So having said that, guys, I thank you so much for joining us today and celebrating mothers, women, and just the spirit of love and the essence of impact. And that is what we're doing. Shout out to you, Dolores. Thank you so much for your time and for honoring us. Shout out to everybody in the Houston Rockets staff. We love you. We thank you for a great season. We're thanking you for a great season. Oh, Houston Rockets. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we have to make that a thing now. But everyone in the audience, I urge you to connect with one another, connect with us. We're here, and this is what it's about. It is the Influencers Connection Corner for a reason. Embody community. So with that said, thank you, moms everywhere. Congratulations on your day. I celebrate you. We love you and thank you for everything you contribute back to the world. Until next time, guys. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
For joining. If you enjoyed today's show, please subscribe and follow us for the next episode.